1,000 laughs over a weekend as well. Vail Comedy Festival. Pet an alpaca or hike a trail. Memorial Day weekend in Vail.
All right. Hey, everybody. We're back live from Vail Comedy Festival. It's been a few weeks since the festival, but I'm very happy to have Paul Olinger all the way from New York City.
Ollinger.
Ollinger.
It's Ollinger, Mark.
Jeez Louise. Off to
But that's
it's early.
okay.
It's early.
I know. I've got a difficult. My name is very high demanding. It's too much, really.
Okay. Paul O, everybody. Paulie
Paul
O.
O.
Ollinger.
Yes.
Paul Olinger.
Thank you.
From New York City now. When we originally had you, you were in Atlanta, and now you're new to New York City. So congrats. Welcome to your new home.
Thanks. I'm actually sitting in a guest room in a condominium in Sarasota, Florida. Did
Okay.
shows at Off the Hook in Naples last
Fun.
night. We're going to the Comedy Zone in Vero Beach tonight and tomorrow. So
Cool.
Boca del Vista.
Who's your traveling crew? Who you out on the road with?
Paul Farvar from Chicago also has a place down here in Florida, and he and I are doing co-headlining gigs called Two Pauls, One Show, wherever
Nice.
they'll have us.
What a great idea. Last December, I had a Two Jakes tour where I set up a couple New York City Jakes on a tour. Wasn't
that like a Jack Nicholson movie?
That's probably too old a reference for me, but less than Jake. The other way I marketed
Less than Jake
it was Less Than Jake was a ska band, and I was saying that I was less than.
I remember
Jake.
Less Than Jake.
Yeah, they were great. I saw them live. Okay, so the Vail Comedy Festival happened a few weeks ago, and how did you get to the festival? Let's start with that. Kind of warm into this.
How did I get there? You mean logistically, like literally?
Yeah.
I flew on an aeroplane, probably in premium economy because I'm a baller.
Okay.
From Atlanta to Denver, and then I carpooled up to the festival.
Amazing, cool, nice drive.
It was very pleasant. You know, that drive from Denver to to Vail can be treacherous, or it can be one of the prettiest, or it could be one of the prettiest drives anywhere. Yeah. And it was lovely.
Did you see any animals on the drive up?
I don't know that we did. Probably some
Have you been
birds.
to? It sounds like you've been to Vail before, and from talking to you, that you're not
a
stranger to.
Yeah, no, I've taken my family to Beaver Creek, to Bachelor Gulch, to be more specific, at least twice, maybe 3 times. I've been with buddies to ski in Vail before.
Okay.
And
I would say that's
unusual. Once.
That's not the norm for the comics that we bring in 30 plus comics. You might be the first out of about 100 in 3 years that had been to Vail before they got to Vail. So to you, you're like, yeah, it's okay. It looked like it did last time. Other people are like,
Vail's amazing. I mean, like, there's a reason people go there, like, because it's kick ass. That's why. Yeah. And I remember, and I'm older, I'm 55 and a half. And, I've had a different path than a lot of comedians. So I'm a family guy. I used to be in the corporate world. So I've done a lot of the stuff that the people who go to Vail, do before they see it for the first time. And I have a bit about it, like when I started skiing in the East Coast, I thought that like that was the best thing you could ever see. And then you go to like Deer Valley and Vail, and you're like, oh, this is what it's supposed to be, so.
Yeah.
I'm very fortunate that I've gotten to hang out in beautiful places like Vail.
Do you feel like there's a parallel there with comedy as you get to do bigger and better rooms in your career?
I hadn't thought about that, but like, I don't know. I'm just trying to appreciate every show. Every show's unique. Every show's different, and each one of them is an inimitable thing that will never happen again. And so I try to be present and grateful for all those things. But yeah, I mean, it's super cool when you're like, oh, hey, I get to headline Zanies. That's pretty fun. I heard about Off the Hook last night in Naples. I'd heard about this club for years, and it was like, "Hey, I get to go headline this club, co-headline the club last night," and it was fantastic. The crowd was totally into it. We had a great time. I look forward to coming back, and so, yeah, I think that's true. The more you do, the more you try to appreciate every opportunity to perform your craft, but when you earn your way into the bigger and bigger rooms, it is pretty gratifying, yeah.
Yeah. I haven't gotten there yet, obviously, but like there's also this, trope that there's the up and then you come back down sometimes for some comedians. So you
I
might
don't think well, I there's no way out of it, like, unless you die at the top of your game,
right.
or I mean, Bill Burr probably won't have to worry about getting booked ever again, or, those guys like that, but,
Yeah.
I think yeah, I mean, that's one of the questions that touring comedians have to ask themselves is like, do you really have what it takes? And I don't just mean like the talent, I mean like the will, the absolute will to stay on the road and keep playing rooms until you earn your way into some sort of like self-sustaining virtuous flywheel that, people start looking for you instead of you trying to earn your way into these rooms. How long do you have the will to sustain that?
Yeah.
And it's why a lot of people at a certain point are just like, I don't think I want to keep doing this.
Yeah. Yeah. I see that a lot. All right. So let's talk about the festival. You get to the festival. Was that Friday? You got in on Friday? Was it like early, late? Do you remember?
Yeah, I got in pretty early because I was flying from the East Coast, so I think I got in, to Vail at maybe 2 or 3 in the
Okay. Who
afternoon.
who were you carpooling with? Do you remember?
I knew you were gonna ask me that.
Yeah. Oh,
Christina,
yeah,
is
yeah,
that her name?
volunteer, staff member. Yeah, yeah, awesome.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
And
And then
Reagan from New York.
oh, nice. Did you know her already?
Nope, I did not know
Okay.
her. I did not
All
know
right.
her.
So there were a lot of New York comics on the festival, maybe, yeah, I don't know,
There
6 to
were.
10.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, did you know half of them, none of them, all of them? Or I guess I'm sorry, you're not a New York comic, or you weren't a New York
Not
comic
yet, no.
at the time.
I'm still not. I gotta go up there and reintroduce myself, but that's, one of the things I was gonna say about what's great about the festival and, festivals in general is that you get to meet comics from all over the country and, build a network of people that you can call on and who can call on you and, um, support each other, as you move forward.
Yeah.
And the way I even learned about the festival was I was at Limestone Festival last year in Bloomington, Indiana, which is a great festival, as you know. And Brad Sativa was wearing his Vail Comedy Festival T-shirt, and I was
Nice.
like,
You
Brad
have one
Sativa
now,
from
right?
Nash. I do, I do.
Nice.
I have a hoodie as well. You,
Nice.
you will
Awesome.
recall
Yeah.
that I look forward to walking in Central Park in when it turns crispy this fall. So I saw Brad and I was like, "Oh, Vail Comedy Festival! I didn't know there was such a thing. I want to do that." And if
Yeah.
Brad's done it, then I know it's got good taste.
Nice. Awesome. Who can you shout out any comics that you're excited to maybe work with in the future? Like you're saying, networking is an important aspect of festivals. Uh,
Yeah, Marty in New York, Bryson in LA. There were a few. There were people from all over that I was.
who
Katie
did you?
Novotny
Yeah.
is uh, is
Nice.
a, is hilarious, and she's really working the festival circuit right now. So, lots of fun people that I
Yeah,
look
she did
forward
the
to
double, which
reconnecting with.
I'm surprised how many people do this, but they do Vail and the next weekend they do Limestone. And it's like, it's accidental kind
Dude,
of.
yeah, but I think she's also done Laughing Skull. She's done a few others this year. She's just
Yeah.
like really.
There
She's
were
got
there
a
were
good
like
tape, and
three
she's
or
taken the time
four.
and the effort to get herself to the top festivals.
Yeah, she's doing great. There were like 3 or 4 comics that did Vail and then immediately after did Limestone this year. I know
Yeah.
Sophia Guerra
Yep.
was in one. Uh,
Mhm.
awesome. Who did you know ahead of time? Did you know like Sean, who was also Southeast
I
guy?
met Sean at Slow Fest. Sean's from Nashville. I met him at Slow in San Luis
That's playing again
Obispo
for people
a
watching this.
couple months a couple months earlier. Yeah, that's also a great festival. They had really good talent. A lot of people from LA, understandably from that talent come up because it's
Great.
not long drive from LA.
Nice. Cool. You get any good food? while you were in town in Vail?
I did. Well, Moe's barbecue was fantastic.
Yeah, catered the.
I enjoyed that. That was
Oops. Paul Olinger, the Florida internet could be going out here. I'm going to keep talking so that the recording. Okay,
I
are you
think
back? You're back.
I'm
Okay.
back, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So
I
Moe's
had a nice
barbecue, you were
steak.
saying.
I had a nice steak at Elway's on Sunday night.
Nice.
That was fun. Couple glasses of good red wine. Where else did I eat while I was there? I can't
Did you go
remember.
anywhere you'd been before, like on your ski buddy trip, or walk by anything that you remembered?
Well, what's the coffee shop where you and I had breakfast next to each other that morning?
Loaded Joe's?
Loaded Joe's. Yeah, I'd been there before. That's a fun little spot. I like that a lot. I liked hanging out at the Aviator Nation green room for the late night shows. That was
Yeah.
super fun. I saw this cool as hell jacket that I was like, "I wanna buy this for my 13-year-old daughter," then I saw that it was $850, and I was like, "Um, maybe she can get a summer job if she really
Yeah.
wants this jacket."
Yeah.
Um, so that was really fun. We saw a bear, that was
Did
cool.
you see it? You saw it?
I didn't actually. I heard about it. I was, like,
Okay,
walking, and
and
this
you saw
lady
the
jumped out.
picture.
I saw the pictures, and this lady jumped out of the restaurant and said, "Did you see it? Did you see it?" And I was like, "What?" She was like, "There was a bear." So,
Oh,
it could have been just an urban legend. I don't
you were
know,
so
Mark. I
close.
never
No,
actually
no, the
laid
bear was
eyes on it.
there. Yeah, yeah. I've seen the picture. I was on the phone with the person who took that picture when the bear popped out, and I was like, "Hang up the phone, take a picture."
Oh my god, I wish I would have seen it, though. My kids would
Yeah.
have been very impressed.
Yes, yes. Well, you were there. You were adjacent. I mean, you were less than a city block away from where the bear was, because it was like that was during that Aviator Nation show, and it was
Yeah,
right around the corner. So as like the crow flies, it was not very far at all.
I felt its presence.
Yeah, yeah, that's neat. All right, let's see what else. Any tips for comics going to festivals? You've been to a lot of festivals. You're a esteemed comedian in the festival community. What would you say are
I've I've
some things to do?
I've put in the festival work. Um, be a good citizen. Uh, try to understand that the festival, organizers work really, really hard to make the festival as good as it's gonna be, and there's gonna be some great shows, and there's gonna be some shows that aren't as strong as others. It happens every single festival. You know, the organizers are trying to really promote as many different shows as they can, get as much stage time for everybody. And just by the nature of the beast, some are going to be bangers and some are going to not hit as hard. And it's just a matter of trying to get the people to
I
mostly a
I
matter of
mean,
getting people
that's
to show up.
comedy in general, right? That's life on the road. You gotta you gotta
It's
I
yeah.
mean, my opinion is you gotta every show, you should bring your A game regardless. I haven't got I mean, I know a lot of jaded comics that are past that, but right
Well, that's
now.
redundant. That's redundant. I mean, we're all jaded. And I think you're right. And some of the best opportunities I've gotten in my career have been when I showed up and I was looking at the room and I'm going, "Why am I here? There's 8 people in the room." But then you end up just giving it everything and it clicks and then something comes out of it.
Yeah,
And you
somebody
never
sees
know what
you
that's
or yeah.
that's you never know what it's gonna be. And I always remind myself, it wasn't long ago, I saw Theo Von at the Punchline in Atlanta on a Sunday night. It was probably in front of 14 people.
Huh.
And this might have been, I don't think it was more than 6 or 7 years ago.
Yeah.
And now Theo Von is selling out the Fox Theater in Atlanta.
Yeah.
I mean, like, everybody who's anybody in comedy that you would recognize has been through all this.
Right.
And nobody starts, Matt Rife is a anomaly. And even he's
Well, he's
had
been doing it
some.
since he was 14. I mean,
Yeah,
he's done those 14 people rooms for sure.
that's right. And so he's definitely done those shows, but very few people at his age
Right.
are doing what
Fair.
he's doing. Or even
Yeah.
that people have been doing it for 9 years, which is, I don't know, I'm 12 years in, so I just didn't start when I was 14 and keep at it. Speaking
Yeah.
of which, who was that 16-year-old guy that was from Denver? He was pretty funny.
He's incredible. Noah CL,
Yeah, yeah,
CIEL. What a phenom. And
yeah,
and
he's got
so
it.
interesting. Like the jokes he can tell, really nobody else can tell. You know, he's talking about stuff about high school life and being a teenager, and
Yeah.
he's very unique and very funny. Comedy Works in
Yeah,
Denver.
he's funny. He's funny. He's definitely funny.
Yeah, cool. Any packing tips for the Vail Comedy Festival? Do you feel like you packed well?
I never pack well. I always missing something. You know, I think you got to remember that May in Vail, it could be, 80 or 20. And so, the week it was mostly 50s during the week, and we got some heavy rain. I didn't get stuck in it, but there was a time when it was like pouring during that weekend. Bring a variety of coats and jackets of thicknesses and repellent strength.
That's good dad advice from one
That
of the
is
few dads on the festival.
That's right. That's right.
That's awesome. All right, well, we got to wrap this up. It's been great chatting with you. How can people find Paul Olinger?
Yeah, you know what it should be is Paul O Comedy, but it's not. It's Paul Ollinger, Paul underscore
It's a
Ollinger.
soft
Just
G.
Google it.
Paul Ollinger.
It's a soft G.
Jeez,
It's a
I'll
soft
get it
G.
by the end of this. I got one more minute
That's
to get it
okay.
right. Paul
That's
Olinger.
okay. Yeah, I mean the best place to hit me up is Instagram, Paul underscore Ollinger.
Okay, that's Ollinger if you're listening to this.
Correct.
Uh,
Yeah.
Paul Olinger, a big part of the 2024 Vail Comedy Festival, which is every Memorial Day weekend. Comedians, if you want to apply, submissions open November 1st. Audience members, if you want to get tickets, they open January 1st every year. We're coming back May 23 through 25, 2025. And want to thank Paul Olinger for joining us and giving us all that wisdom. Terrific. Go see him out on the road. He's all over the country.
Thanks for having me, Mark, and thanks for including me in the festival this year. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, you got it, buddy. Stick around and tune in to another episode of Live from Vail Comedy Festival.